Thank you. Okay. So have you ever seen a piece of graffiti art? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Maybe you have, but you didn't really take the time to look at it, or maybe you just you didn't really recognize it as graffiti art. And a lot of people are unaware that graffiti can actually be an art. A lot of people are only familiar with graffiti vandalism. And I think this is a problem. And I want to really show you guys that graffiti can be more than just vandalism. And I really want to show you what graffiti art really is, because a lot of people think they have an idea of what it is, but they really don't know what it is. My dad owns a website, bouldergraffiti.com, pretty simple, and it's a website that has pictures of his graffiti art all around Boulder, and there's hundreds and hundreds of pictures on it. Graffiti art is everywhere, just people don't recognize it. And really, if you know where to look for it and you recognize it when you see it, you will see graffiti art every day. Well, not every day, a lot more. And it's really surprising. When I learned about graffiti art, I saw a lot more around Boulder. If you want to check it out, that'd be great. It's really cool, it has a ton of pictures. In my opinion, there are 3 types of legitimate graffiti styles. There is actually, my friend actually told me there was a 4th one, which I won't get to today, but you can do some research on the subject. The first one being stencil. So a stencil is basically an art piece where you take a piece of paper or something you've drawn on, and imagine you cut out the pieces, cut out what you want to show up on your drawing, like a snowflake, like a paper snowflake. And you take that and you put it up against your canvas and spray paint over it. And where the gaps are, the paint will show up. And as you can see, people can do a ton of stuff with this. It's a really cool type of graffiti art. The second type is called wild style. Wild style is basically where you take a word, a few letters, a series of letters, words, whatever, and you rearrange it, you alter it, and turn it into this really cool pattern, and it looks really amazing. And let me tell you, this style takes so long to perfect, or to even get close to perfecting, or get close to actually having anything look remotely close to this. I've tried. It's taken me 2 years to get anything that kind of looks like this. It's hard. These people practice every day, probably at their own personal graffiti wall for hours, every day, for maybe 10 years to have anything look like this that is accurate. The third type I want to bring up is called mural. A mural is basically where you take, paint, and you paint kind of a scene. And, it always has some kind of expression of the artist. It has some kind of meaning, and it's really, really cool. Okay. Ooh. This is a video, you can play it, of my art, just a simple piece, but I wanted to really show you the process. Oops. It's not going to work. Okay. That would have showed you the process, but you can look up a video. It's really cool how people make art with spray cans. Okay, getting hang of this. So, wait a second. Slide's gone. So there are basically 4 types. There are 4 elements of a good graffiti piece. One being that the artist obviously has to be skilled. The second one being weird. The second one being they have to have a great idea. This is the most important part of the graffiti piece. If there's no good idea, it doesn't matter how talented the artist is. You really need a good idea. Second, you need a plan. You really need to plan it out. It takes a long time to plan, but it is necessary. And you need the proper materials. Now, a lot of people, they have a lot of good skills, but they don't want to go out and paint illegally. And a lot of people just want to paint, but they don't want to worry about, the legal problems. And if you want to go somewhere, you can go to a public graffiti wall to, spray your work, and it's completely legal. it's a wall built just for graffiti. And people of all levels can go and try it out. And obviously, a lot of people will see it because this is behind Scott Carpenter Park, and I drive by it a lot, and I see a ton of pieces. And it's a great way to show your work. Now, before you really judge graffiti art, you have to really do some research, watch a documentary or two on the subject, so you actually have an idea of what it really is. It's not just vandalism. It's beautiful. It's very interesting. It's very, very cool. It truly is an art. Thank you.
Nice job. That was awesome.